Hey there, starlings. Welcome to my sector of the universe. This is Jess from Capella Wellness, here to help you step into your truth and star into your power. For those of you who've never ventured to my sector of the universe before, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I greatly appreciate it. And for those who are returning, thank you so much for joining me for another weekly. For those of my subscribers, thank you so much for your love, your loyalty, and your support. And for those who haven't subscribed yet, please click on the red rectangular button that says subscribe to help support this channel and to help this community grow. Also, if you like the messages that you're seeing, go ahead and illuminate that thumbs up button to help with the channel as well. All right, so one quick thing before I get into the reading, just keep in mind, take what resonates and discard the rest. Not everything has to fit, but I will say if something's tugging at you and it might be a little bit where there's some work to do, put your ego aside. Divination is to help you in your spiritual growth. This is what I do this for. So it's all about becoming your higher self. So just keep that in mind, and you don't have to force everything. If you're confused, if it doesn't fit, if it's not your situation, don't force it. Also, if it's not happening right now, it could have already happened, or it's going to happen sometime in the future. If it's not sitting with you right now, it could be very well be preparation for you for whatever is coming your way, and you are better prepared for it. So also, if you would like a personal reading to help you with your spiritual growth, the information for all that stuff is in the description box. I have direct links to popular readings of mine in case you are interested. So with that being said, let's get into your reading. Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your weekly reading. Thank you so very much for being here. I'm so glad you are here to join me for a weekly. What we're going to do here is we are going to see what your overall theme is for this week, what you need to focus on, and what you need to avoid. Also, stick around to the end to see what is coming towards you with regards to love. And when you ask a question, you will get an accurate answer from the angels. Again, those parts are towards the end of the reading. All right. I also highly recommend watching your moon and rising signs, whether this resonates with you or not, so that you get additional guidance and messages that are meant for you for the coming week. All right. Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadian, Sirians. What is the overall theme for this week for Pisces? Please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadian, Sirians, please reveal to us for our highest good. What is the overall theme for Pisces for this week? Please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. This is so weird. This keeps happening with all of the signs for this week so far. Anything for Pisces. That's what I get. They want me to take the two that flipped over, but they want me to show the Selkie in her skin, reclaiming your authenticity, time out, awareness, contemplation, solitude, time alone, and experiments, manipulation of nature, forcing change, cruelty in the pursuit of knowledge, arrogance. All right, but they want me to put these back. They usually have me take them all, but they're like, nope, these are the two major ones that we want Pisces to understand for
this week, we have Yemaya, Grandmother Ocean, Primordial. Now they want me to read from the book for this, but I'm going to touch up on a couple of things. Because I see there's Mer woman with a baby. This could very well be tying into being more in tune with your divine, with your feminine energies. With creation, I'm seeing the Empress here. For dealing with healing of the self, creating new things, birthing new things into life, being more grounded, being more harmonious with nature, self-love, self-care, nurturing your inner child is what I'm getting from this too. Being appreciative of the life that you have been given, knowing that the life that you can create, that you want to create, is possible. That the cards that have been dealt to you were dealt to you for a reason. And this is for you to level up and to grow and to expand and to evolve into a mer person, which people say don't exist, but how do we really know that? It's like believing in the impossible. And even for males who are Piscean, this is kind of interesting, where this is along the lines of you are able to create life too. Maybe not in the same sense where women create life, right? Because we're the ones who conceive, and females are the ones who conceive and give birth. But that doesn't mean men can't do that too. In the sense of, like, metaphorically speaking, that men can create. And I know there are some women out there, this is not a knock on some of them, I'm just telling you guys facts. My guides want me to say that there are some women out there who are like, oh, well, men don't know anything because, you know, they don't know what it's like to be a mother, to be female, to give birth. I've heard stories that my sister actually talked about it on vacation the other week, about her birthing story. And honestly, we got into a little argument because she had a tough time and I told her I didn't, and she didn't believe me, and I didn't. I told her to ask my ex-husband. You know, and sometimes people get caught up in the stigmas and stuff, and it's like, well, everybody goes through this. And she was even trying to program my son's brain to tell him, you know, watch out when you have your own kids and your own wife, and she's going to have a tough time, and be careful with this and that, and she will try to kill you, whatever, whatever, whatever. I'm saying this for a reason. This is for some people out there. But especially for men, realizing that they can create life too. But this is more about birthing things into creation based off of their creativity. That they have the ability to build things, to create new life in a different manner in which females do. This is a very interesting message. And with that said, now they want me to read the book. And you know what? I'm saying that, Pisces, this is interesting because look what's behind. Honor the masculine. I will touch up on this. This has been coming out a lot in my light counterpart readings. Give me a minute, please, while I look up Yemaya. Okay. All right, they want me to read the 2 parts, so just bear with me, okay? There's a reason for this, because this is a very powerful card that came out for you guys. We wish to share with you the knowledge of the old ones. The Orisha, Yemaya, is often predicted as a mermaid, a vast primordial mermaid with a star shining from her head, a mermaid of power who gives birth to the world. Through her, we remember mermaid energy is not simply light, flirtatious, and sexual. Mermaid energy symbolizes the birth of the world through water. Even though we mermaids' power and energy has been appropriated and diminished until you think we are merely creatures of delight and sensuality, Yamaya's power and recognition is growing and beginning to ignite all of us. She's like a beam of light, reminding us of our great age, our strength, and the many, many lessons we have learned and how we can bring so much more to birth in the world.
Exactly. So the last part, they want me to read the divination part of this.
Feeling drawn to underwater or sea peoples archaeology, exploring the past, truly ancient history, alternative earth and off-earth history, understanding the power of the sea and respecting deeply female divinity in all its forms, human, animal, all creatures, exploring your own power and exploring what you can birth and empower, understanding the landscape and seeing the divine in the curve of the hill, in the belly of the mountain, in the womb of the sea, developing an interest in Santeria, voodoo, and the lines which blur across belief systems, looking to become more primal, to reconnect with your ancient self, taking care of yourself at a very ancient and deep level, and beginning to relate to people's deeper self rather than their social and often constructed self. Third eye and crown chakras highly activated, yet sacral and base chakras powerfully grounded and flowing too.
Yeah, that's, wow. It's a big one, you guys.
So whatever you get from those messages, Pisces, anything that stuck out to you is a huge message for you, along with whatever else I said before I read the book, okay? Either way, whether you're male or female, Pisces, this is about you birthing things into the world and really connecting to your ancient self, like they said, your deeper self, your inner self, and not conforming to what society tells you. And as I do that, as I say that, honoring the masculine, respecting men, embracing the masculine divine. Now, there are some Pisceans here who are males who are watching this, and to those who are male, and they'll switch off if like you're female. This is something for females too, but I have to talk about the males here first. Here is a male mermaid, but look, his fins, he's got like 2, 4, 6 fins here. This is a very unique mermaid, and some of you guys may very well have tattoos, okay? Some of you got arm, wrist tattoos and tattoos across the chest, yeah? Or you may want to get tattoos. Now, for those of you, whether you're male or female, you want to get, this is weird, this is coming out, want to get tattoos, and some people have reservations about that, or they say, oh, well, or maybe you're too old to get a tattoo or whatever, or why do you want to do that to your body? If you want to do that, Pisces, don't listen to them. If you already have tattoos and people make comments about it, it's like, well, what is that? Why'd you do that? Or whatever. That's like crazy. You're all tatted up. Don't listen. All right? Who gives a shit? Doesn't matter. Do you. Anyway, for the men who are watching this, okay, this is about honoring who you are as a masculine. This is hard for you guys because a lot of men have been programmed to not show emotion, to not cry, to not be in tune with their feminine side. You guys are looked at as I won't say the P word here, as wussies. Replace that with a P. Because some of you like Disney movies. Some of you are very in tune to music. Some of you are very in tune, like really like musicals, romantic comedies. Some of you may like to knit, I'm hearing from my guides. Some of you like to do quote unquote girly things. All right. Some of you are told, oh, well, if you're a god in bed, then you are a true man. If you are packing it in the pants, that gives you more power. If you have a lot of money, you are better than other men, than other people. You have power. It's about power in all the wrong places. All of the programming that men have been placed in their minds, even guys who look androgynous, men who have long hair, or who dress very properly, who don't dress very grungy or whatever. Not that if you dress grungy, it's okay. It doesn't matter. But this is besides the point. You know, you have a certain way about you that people have pointed out. Again, they talk about you throw like a girl, you look like a girl, you act like a girl. What the hell does that mean? Oh my God, you can't cry. Oh my God, you can't be emotional. You know what that does to you? It really destroys you on the inside. It destroys your soul. It destroys everything that God created you as. Not that God is going to destroy you. It takes away what you've always felt deep down inside is true to you, your authenticity. The authentic card did flip out, but they didn't want me to take it. All right. They didn't want me to take it. This is you, especially for the men here. And I will touch up on this for the women. Man, the Piscean readings are like some very powerful readings anyway. Yeah, embracing the divine masculine. What true divine masculine is, because a lot of masculines, a lot of men on this earth are distorted because they are conformed by society. It's tradition, it's programming. The same thing with women, right? How women are supposed to look and feel and dress and to speak, to act. Like, you know, I've been talked about, I'll have a potty mouth. I have a very, very raw, dirty sense of humor at times. And usually the guys are the ones who have that type of sense of humor. I do like to make sexual jokes and people look at me funny because here I am female, right? I don't give two shits what people think about me. If I want to joke like that, that's my right. That's who I am as a person. I don't have to conform of being completely ladylike, right? It's like being ladylike and you can't spit and you can't put your finger in your nose and you can't have short hair. Oh, if you're short hair, you're like a lesbian. Like, what is that? Who cares? Who cares what anybody does? Who cares? Pisces, right? And this is essentially for you Pisceans, what you need to realize, and especially for the men. I'm going back to the Disney movies and crying a lot. Some of you could be very emotional. In Pisces, you're a water sign. You feel deeply. And for Piscean men, it's hard. And when you guys get your heart broken, it is like torn into minuscule pieces, and it's hard for you to come back around from that. And you're afraid to feel again because you're afraid of being heartbroken again. You have to have faith in the fact that certain things happened that way to get you to learn something about unconditional love, about relationships, about people, even things with your own family members. All right? Maybe growing up you were told you can't cry. Maybe you're growing up you were told you can't have long hair. You couldn't wear pink. Or you couldn't have Barbies. I remember my next door neighbor growing up, he loved playing with Barbies and people looked at him funny because he was a boy. So what? I played with G.I. Joe and He-Man and Ninja Turtles. I skateboarded. I had a BMX bike and I rode up ramps and shit. I was a tomboy growing up. And some people were like, but you're a girl. And I tell people, well, I hated Barbies and stuff. Really? You didn't play with Barbies? My sisters love dolls. I only liked action figures, okay? Yet more people were kind of okay with that. They looked at it funny, but they didn't tell me, you shouldn't be doing that. But my neighbor who played with Barbie dolls, they were like, you shouldn't be playing with Barbie dolls. You see the difference here? Why are we doing that to each other? Why are we trying to force this stereotype as to what a man is, what a human is, what a woman is? And even with women can't have the gray hair, but men are hot when they have gray hair, right? Like, what is that? And then women freak out. Oh my God, I got to hide my gray hair. You know, my grandmother, God bless her, she's still alive, my maternal one. She finally gave up because, you know what? Why am I still in my old age dyeing my hair? And she has beautiful white hair. Oh my God, it's like fresh fallen snow. And we're like, oh my God, Abuela, you have wonderful, this gorgeous hair. And she actually looks younger, believe it or not. She goes, really? She said, yeah. She has wonderful hair. And she looks even more beautiful than her dyeing her hair blonde. So you see what I'm getting with this? I know I'm talking a lot, but my guides are like, there's a lot of messages that need to be brought out to these Pisceans right now, especially with this card. Men, honor who you are. Don't allow society or even your guy friends or your bosses who are male or whomever, even if females. Oh my God, you're too sensitive. Oh my God, you can't, why are you crying? Fuck all that. Excuse my German. Don't give two shits about that, because it's who you are. Especially with men, you cannot suppress your emotions, because what happens? Your feminine energies go so low that the masculine energies are too high, and masculine energies, that's Mars energy. Mars deals with anger, competition, resentment, like impulsiveness, war, violence, all that stuff. When those energies are not balanced, that's why a lot of these men do these other things that are low vibrational, because they've been taught to not embrace their feminine side of themselves. That's why we have a lot of this other stuff, and a lot of it deals with inauthentic men, because they don't know how to deal with their emotions, because they were told they weren't allowed to, because it's too feminine. That has to stop. And for women who are Pisceans, this is honoring. You may be in a light counterpart twin flame community. This is honoring the masculine because of what I just said. If you haven't been fully in their shoes and they have been cold to you, they've been gaslighting, they've been ghosting, and a lot of people, masculines and the counterpart connections, they do this. But you have to really understand what they went through in their childhood, what they went through life, and a lot of it has to do with the serious programming that has been taught by society of who men can and cannot be, what men can and cannot do, what men can and cannot say, and more importantly and more drastically, what men can and cannot feel. It is bullshit. God's like, what the hell are you doing to my creation? Telling my women and my men who they are supposed to be because of some thing that somebody said? No. Yes, we are created for particular roles. The way I look at it is men should be the protectors and providers. Women should be the nurturers and caretakers. However, there's a balance, because both men and women can do both. It's just that men are built for like the protection part of it. Women are built because of the more feminine energies there that they hold, more nurturing. And mind you, there are some women who don't have an ounce of compassion whatsoever. And it's based on what's on their birth charts and their childhood and their programming. Okay, but we won't get into that. But for the women here, this is honoring the divine masculine, and understanding that a lot of the men are distorted masculines. There are some women too who are distorted masculines. Again, they're energies. And we have to be more compassionate, like the Queen of Cups, and understanding what if we don't fully know what battles they've been undergoing, then we honestly don't have a right to judge. We just don't. God is the only one who essentially judge. I can't judge people. I can't judge you. I can't judge the people in my past who've done me wrong. I can't do any of that. Judgment does nothing for us. We can use discernment. We can pull away from those people who may be acting negatively towards us. Yes. But we have to walk away. We have to pull away from that and still send them unconditional love and compassion, because that's what God does for us. We are the divine. We are created from God. We are God within. So if God is loving us unconditionally and having faith in us and having mercy, we need to do the same for others. And we both, it's not just honoring the masculine for both the male and female sides. This is honoring people in general, period, for who they are. And we all need to be our authentic selves. We need to be true to who we are and not continue to conform to what we were told to be, how we were told to feel, what we are told to do in our lives. Why, if you're a woman, you should be doing this. If you're a man, you should be doing that. No more of that bullshit. It's got to stop. This is honoring who we are as divine individuals. This is a huge part for this week, and it's not just the energies, the themes for this week. It's going forward.
Pisces. This really should be a massive message for the collective, honestly. But yeah, it's like, I'm going to leave that at the front because that's a bigger energy there. And again, with the Yemamaya, you can birth anything. That's why I was talking about men being able to birth things into life, even though they can't physically birth children. Okay. You guys have a superpower too, for those who are men. Women have the same. And your role is just not to have babies and shit either. You're supposed to have power. You see where I'm going with this? Men are told they're the ones with the power, and the women are supposed to be behind the scenes. Nope, it's got to change, and it's starting to change, and it starts with us. The bottom of the deck is guide. A guide, mentor, a trustworthy ally. You got to start tuning more into your guides, the spiritual realms, people who are like-minded, spiritual advisors, therapists, whatever this means for you. Okay, but this is more so for me. What I'm getting from this is your higher self, your angels, your ancestors, your galactic family, people who are trustworthy, people who won't judge you for who you are truly. We have to stop hiding who we truly are. I had to stop being someone who I wasn't, because I was trying to fit myself in a freaking mold, and that's bullshit, because we're all unique. We all have different roles here, and God created us for reasons that some of us don't fully understand because of the programming. At the end of the day, every single last person on this earth is of God, is of the divine nature. And you got to start honoring those who you feel are trustworthy, and honoring yourself, honoring the guides and the angels, and especially God, who are here to help you get past all this bullshit. Because you guys are being called to change how people look at themselves and the world. I sound very preachy, but my guides are like, this is very serious. You guys already know the way the world is. It's like we have to love one another unconditionally. It doesn't matter what you look like, what color you are, what job you have, how much money you have. Money's material. Money is energy. It doesn't give you power. Your power is within yourself, because you have the power of God within you. That is way more powerful than any dollar, any coin. It's the power and the unconditional love of God. Love is the most powerful thing and the only thing that heals. Let's see what you need to focus on. Pisces, spirit guides, galactic family, Pleiadian Sirians. What is it that Pisces needs to focus on for this week? Please and thank you. Is that two? Oh my God, hold up. 1, 2. Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm wondering if if anybody's going to watch this in its entirety, but I don't give a shit, because I'm doing what my guides are telling me to do. It's not my problem. People don't have patience to watch these things. I really feel that they're missing out. If I would have had this type of guidance, I would have gotten to my place more quickly, but my guides wanted me to go through what I did to teach others not to do the same thing. Anyway, look what we got here. We have a king and a knight. We have court cards here, Pisces. We have Knight of Wands and King of Swords. This is you stepping in your power. All right. There's a lot of masculine energy here. This is interesting because it says honor the masculine.
This is you being confident and courageous, being ready to take on the world, to rule your empire, to rule your kingdom, and to follow your path of truth, knowing that you need to communicate clearly and directly to others, to yourself, to the higher realms. This is you balancing your head and your heart. And I said with Pisceans, with the emotions, some of you may give in too much to your emotions. Some of you really need to have mind over matter mindset and make sure that you don't allow your emotions to get the best of you. This is you mastering your integrity, mastering focus, being really focused on the task at hand, on your aspirations, your dreams, your hopes. This is you really standing up to the world and going out there ready for any challenge, taking risks. I mean, this guy's ready to go. He's ready for battle. And some of you who are females, this is more of you stepping more into your masculine power. And again, with the women, the feminines, if your feminine energies are too high, your masculine energies get suppressed, and then there's too much emotion, there's too much lack of action, right? Goes both ways. That's why, especially with temperance, you got to balance your masculine and feminine energies. Even with the high priestess here. So it's really time for you guys to start focusing on standing in your power, being courageous and confident and ambitious. I'm ready for anything. I'm ready to take on the world. I have my sword of truth. Use Excalibur to cut people and things out of your life. Don't let anybody get in your way. The Knight of Wands is the second fastest knight in the deck. He is the most ambitious one, if I'm not mistaken. He's the most courageous one. They're really needing you guys to step into your truth and your power, and being confident and courageous and ambitious, but not being overly ambitious. Again, this is really balancing out these types of energies. This is you making sure that you're not completely cold and hiding yourself from the world because of what the world is these days. This is you really being authentic, being true to yourself, finding your path of truth, finding who you truly are. Using your intellect, channeling the messages from the divine and taking action, following through with your plans, trusting your ideas, your intuitive hits. You've got an Ace of Wands and an Ace of Swords in your hands, Pisces. Utilize them to your advantage. It's like these guys are ready for battle. I'm hearing you are ready to take on the world, Pisces. Honor who you are as the divine soul that you are, that God created you to be. You are strong. You are brilliant. You are courageous. You are powerful. There's a lot of power in these two cards. I'm seeing more tattoos here. There's something with tattoos for you guys. And I'm picking up on some of the males who are watching this. A lot of you have tattoos, and some of you have been, you know, maybe chastised for it or judged. Some women too. There are some women who are super tatted up, and people look at it like, oh my God, but that's a female, and why is she all tatted up? Usually men get tattoos, right? Again, you guys have to leave all of that. It doesn't matter. Do you, Pisces? Don't listen to anybody else. The King of Swords uses discernment. He doesn't listen to what people tell him to do, because he knows whatever he sets his heart on, whatever he sets his mind to, he's going to be successful. He already has that positive mindset. I'm going to be successful. I'm the freaking king here. I don't let anybody cut me down. I don't let anybody allow anyone to dethrone me. None of that. None of that. The bottom of the deck is the Three of Cups. Your bliss, your joy, your happiness, living the good life. If you're happy doing whatever, Pisces, don't let anybody strip that from you. Okay, I'm seeing these women having tea time. There's an interesting message coming in that a few of you, or maybe one of you, somebody here loves tea time, and one of you or some of you are male. And you like drinking tea, and people are like, why is a guy drinking tea? Because again, stereotypes, men who are more like liquor and coffee, right? Again, judging. Stop. Or maybe even if you're female. I'm not drinking coffee anymore. I'm drinking tea. Drinking tea? Why are you drinking tea? I get kind of laughed at a little bit for having my tea time every morning with my breakfast. Who cares? It really helps. And mind you, I am the healthiest person in my entire family, and I'm proud of it. I'm not gloating. It's just a fact. Because I choose. And this is not a knock on people who drink coffee. That's not what I'm saying. I choose to drink tea. I've always hated coffee. There's something about drinking tea here, and some of you may be judged because you are drinking tea. That's for somebody out there, or for a few of you. This is you finding like-minded people. I was talking about that. Finding a community of those who will support you with the guide, like I was saying. Friends who are going to be there. A spiritual community like I have, my Light Counterpart community. I have communities on my mobile app. I would highly recommend that you join, because there's a wonderful family there, and everybody's boosting everybody up. And a lot of people are telling me it's been so helpful, and I cannot be any more grateful for me reading all of the wonderful comments that I see in my forum. So, you know, and we're supporting each other, and we're helping each other so that we can start changing other people's lives and releasing all these stereotypes and these conformities and the programming that so many of us have been stuck with, in a sense. But yeah, this is enjoying yourself, partying more, living life more, doing what you want to do, Pisces. And not allowing anybody to tell you you can't. Again, I'm getting again with the Disney movies for some of the males. It's like, dude, go watch those Disney movies and don't care about what anybody says. Singing musicals, whatever, who cares? You're going to sacrifice your happiness because somebody told you that you act like a girl or a guy because you do this, and that. What is more important? Your happiness or somebody else stripping you of that? Take that into account. This is you really tapping into these Three of Cups energies and having fun. But also finding a community of like-minded people who are going to have fun with you. Who are not going to tell you you can't drink coffee or you can't drink tea or whatever. You can't watch Disney movies. You can't, have short hair if you're a female, that type of bullcrap. No. You got to focus on what makes you happy. You got to live life more and live life the way Pisces wants to do it. But of course, you have to make sure that you make the choices that are for your highest good. Because Three of Cups can also talk about drinking. Drinking too much. And sometimes Pisceans have a tendency to drink a lot. Again, not a knock on you. It's just what happens. But make sure you do things that make you happy, not bring you down. Raising the vibration. All right? So let's see what you need to avoid for this week. What is it that Pisces needs to avoid for this week, please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. Oh, man. Do you see the bottom yet? No, I'll show you in a minute. Here's a page. We got another court card. It's a Page of Wands. This is you. Don't avoid following your passions. Did I do a double negative? No. Yeah, maybe. Okay, let me rewind. Pisces, some of you are avoiding following your passions, following what lights you up, following what sparks you. That's what I was saying the whole time before this card came out. Some of you got to get back in there and follow what lights you up, what brings you happiness. It's that spark. You know what it is, but because it's something that is not normally done with whatever sex you are reluctant to do it. Don't do that. You have to follow your heart, Pisces. You have to follow what is true to you. Honor your authentic self, whether you are a female or a male. Don't listen to what anybody else says. This is also about you. You have to heal that inner child, because that inner child had all this programming, these social conditioning. You can't do this. You can't do that. You have to do this. You have to do that. Even without, it's like you have to go to college and get a good job and get a 401k. How many people are actually happy in their 9-to-5 jobs? How many people are actually doing the work that ties to the degree that they got in? A lot of people are not. And a lot of people are not happy. It's like Richard Marx says in the Satisfaction song, there's more to life than the 9-to-5. And he's so right. He realized that and said, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going to go pursue my musical career. I'm not going to have a 9-to-5 job. A lot of us don't have to have that. If it's not going to bring us happiness, we got to get the hell out. There's like following these, there's something of a creative nature, new creative endeavors that are being presented to you, and some of you may be reluctant to take upon those opportunities. Don't keep yourself from doing that. There's the Ace of Wands here. Again, it's having a renewed passion for love and life, going for it. And you have to go into it without fear, taking those risks, and understand that you are ready for any challenge, just like the Knight of Wands. But the Knight of Wands, he actually takes action. This is you, the beginning stages. And some of you are afraid of beginning something new with regards to following your passions. It doesn't matter what those passions are, Pisces. If it makes you freaking happy as all hell, go for it. Follow that. Dream big. Don't settle for what life tells you that you're supposed to settle for. If you want a new car and you're thinking, oh, well, people will say, oh, just like get a Toyota, but you really want a Range Rover, manifest that, visualize that, go after that. You're wanting like a new apartment or just a small house, but deep down inside you really want a mansion, manifest it, visualize it, go after it. Don't have people tell you, oh, well, you're never going to get that car. You're never going to get that house. Bullshit. You can't listen to that. You got to follow what your heart really wants, your heart's desires. And you got to avoid, you know, being puerile and having to, it's like acting like a kid again where people are telling you what to do. You're not a child anymore, Pisces. I'm 41. I have Hispanic parents. My parents still have issues with me being out late at night when I'm in their house. And I think it's the funniest thing. It tends to happen with Hispanic families. Got friends who are my age. The Hispanic parents do the same thing. You know, you're going to be out that late? Yeah, I'm 41. I'm 40, whatever. I'm 41 now, but, you know. And before, they would tell me, oh, you can't do this. And I'm like, oh, my God. And I would listen to them. And I'm a freaking adult. I mean, I respect my parents, obviously. But it's like, I'm going to do what I want to do. And if I know I'm not doing something malicious, I want to have fun, then I'm entitled to that. And here I am in my 40s, and my parents are still like trying to control things because they have fear of something happening to me. It's like, where's the faith, Mom and Dad? Where is it? Don't allow yourself to go back to being that child that you were controlled and programmed and you were told, nope, you have to do this, and you have to do that, and you can't do this, and you can't do that. It's time to end that, Pisces. It's time to go after your dreams and your aspirations, like I was talking about earlier. And the bottom of the deck, see, Four of Cups energy. And there's bottles again. Some of you, there's something along the lines with drinking. You're having a hard time with honoring who you are, whether you're male or female, and some of you are drinking your sorrows away. Don't do that, Pisces. Because somebody's treating you like a child. You're an adult. You have the power to do whatever you want. You have the power, like Yamaya, to create, to birth things into this world. You are of divine light. You have the power of God to create many incredible things. That Ace of Cups is behind you. You're avoiding looking behind you, seeking other opportunities. Don't be in this Four of Cups energy. Don't be disheartened. Don't be reluctant to change. Some of you are reluctant to change because people are telling you that you can't change, that people can't change, that you're not supposed to do certain things again. You're disappointed, some of you, with how your life turned out, but you know what? God is giving you a second chance, like the Ace of Pentacles, to change your life around. And this is, again, about honoring who you are, understanding that you have that power within because you are of God. Not that you are God, but God is giving you more power than you realize. And again, I'm getting the drinking thing again. For a few of you, you got to cut out the drinking. It's making you feel low vibrational. There's no power in drinking. You can't avoid, you know, your life hoping that things will just magically change if you're sitting there not moving. You got to change things around, Pisces. Again, that's for a few of you. But for a lot of you, you got to get out of this discontentment. Your fulfillment is found within. And it's in that Ace of Cups. Do what it is that you want to do, Pisces, not what anybody else tells you to do. There is true love for you. There is a love of a lifetime. There is ultimate fulfillment. But it's you finding the Holy Grail on your own. Nobody's going to hand it to you. God's trying to lead you there. Some of you are just not. You're like, no, I'm not sure if that's for me. Some of you are like, I don't want it. But God's like, just look behind you. This is something that a lot of people don't ever grasp in their lifetimes. It's a gift from God, and it's your ultimate fulfillment, renewal, rejuvenation. It's the divine love that God is giving to you to help you heal and to help you regain your power and to find your authentic self and go out into the world, like I said, and not give a shit about anyone or anything. Not that you're going to be completely selfish and stuff, but I think you know what I mean. It's not allowing the outside world to affect you. And again, to tell you what you can and can't do. Again, you're not a child anymore. Release that programming. Release the past. The disheartenment of what the past has brought you. Leave it in the past. And there's the Three of Cups. You guys are wallowing in your sorrows, like I was saying, because it's like, I'm not having any fun. Some of you aren't having any fun. Pisces, you got to learn how to have fun, but do what you think is fun for you. And find more like-minded people who are going to support you and help you raise your vibration and lift you up. Get rid of those lower vibrational people. It's hard. I lost a whole bunch of my friends, but I'm all better for it. Because they were trying to drag me down. I'm like, I can't. Not anymore. They don't want you to be in this energy. God is trying to hand you the Ace of Cups. You got to turn around and grab it. But you got to follow your passions. And do what's right for you. All right, please clarify the King of Swords and the Knight of Swords, please, and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom. Knight of Wands, King of Swords and Knight of Wands. Here you are, Pisces, showing up. The Hangman. Look at things from a different perspective. Exactly. Starting to realize, you know what? I don't have to be like everybody else. I can be my authentic self. You're having epiphanies, getting insights. This is you really focusing on taking a time out, flipping yourself upside down, looking at the world from a different point of view and saying, you know what? This world is not really what I want to be part of exactly. I'm living in the matrix. I don't really have to conform to that. When you look at things differently, you're going to get epiphanies and gain insights. I was talking about that. Downloads. Oh, aha moments. This is an aha moment too. Oh, you know what? Yeah, okay, I get it now. I can change. I can live the life that I want. Remove yourself from the chaos, not allowing other people to affect you. You can remove yourself from the chaos of the world. You don't have to be part of it. This is you trusting your gut, your instincts, balancing yourself out, aligning your chakras so that your kundalini awakens and you become that powerful being that you were always meant to be. Really understanding what your true spiritual path is. And knowing that you're not stuck. You are not stuck, Pisces. There may be some delays going on in your life, but they may be because the world is trying to slow things down for you, and so that you can gain a better perspective on what it is that you're doing in your life, or what it is that you're supposed to be pursuing, how you're supposed to be living your life, not what the world is telling you how to live. Okay. The bottom of the deck is the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, this is like family stuff, family programming, family legacy. Some of you, you know, there's like patriarchy here too, right? Something along the family traditions, conforming to family traditions. Some of you need to break away from that because you're being called to do something else. There's something else that you need to birth into the world. And a lot of it doesn't have to be where you're following your family legacy. It's about you creating your own, doing something completely different that the rest of your family has ever done. And this goes for generations upon generations upon generations. It's exactly what I'm doing. I totally changed the game in my lineage because I was chosen to be the golden link and to stop all of my ancestral patterns and to really start becoming more authentic and living the life that I want to live, but like being a warrior of light, a child of God, and like being more connected to God as opposed to doing that through religion. Again, I'm not knocking on religion, but I'm just speaking my truth here. This is you creating your own legacy, Pisces. Building this material wealth for yourself. This new family that you're going to birth into the world, because it's going to be different and it's going to be more harmonious and everyone's going to work together as a team like it should be. Not where the mother just deals with all the cooking, the cleaning, and the child rearing, and the father just goes to work and brings home the bacon, that type of thing. It doesn't happen with every family. It's a thing. I know it's been a thing in my lineage that I had to break away from. This is about you creating your own legacy and changing what the meaning of family is, how families operate, and that you can have a harmonious marriage in a wealthy, harmonious family. And things are going to start changing for your descendants because you're the golden link, the one who is changing everything so that everyone who comes after you doesn't have to deal with all the bullshit that your family generations dealt with in the past. All right, please clarify that Page of Wands. Please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. Here's more water energy. Pisces showing up again. Oh, wow. Okay, hold on. We have King of Cups. I'm getting a father figure here. Something about father healing. I don't know why that's coming up, but it is. Maybe you were told by a father to suppress your emotions. Some of you are avoiding being emotional because the King of Cups loves so deeply. And I said Pisceans love so deeply. They do, but it's harder for the males because with emotions and stuff, they try to hide them. And this is also the shadow side of the King of Cups because that's what he does. But some of you need to learn from the pain and suffering because it's going to show you what true unconditional love is and how much it heals, because love heals all things. Some of you may be very reluctant to love again or to be in another relationship because of what's happened in the past. Maybe you were treated like a child in a relationship in the past. Somebody was very controlling. Somebody tried to manipulate your emotions, something along those lines. This is you avoiding trying to master your intuition and being in tune with your feelings. This is not having head-heart balance. Some of you really need to start focusing on having head-heart balance, avoiding drama in your life. This is being more compassionate. Some of you are maybe being called to be a counselor of some sort, a therapist, some teacher, but the teacher dealing with, how to deal with your emotions, that type of thing. And again, with the programming, sometimes, it's looked at differently when men become teachers or counselors. They look at it more as like a female profession. And again, that's crap. If you're a male and you're being called to do this, don't resist that calling. Because Pisceans also have special psychic gifts as well. Okay. Don't keep your emotions bottled up, please. I was talking about that earlier. You lower your feminine energies, your masculine energies rise up, and then you end up making poor choices, too much anger, too much low vibrational stuff. It just does not work in your favor. This is also drinking. Again, we've got a lot of water here. Well, not a lot. We did have 4 of Cups and now King of Cups. Again, I'm getting for quite a few of you, there's too much drinking here. I'm hearing again, wallowing in your sorrows by drinking. It's time to come out of that. Pisces, for those of you that this part resonates with, again, don't force it. If this is not your story, it's not your story. But for some of you who are watching this, some of you have resorted to a lot of drinking because you're suppressing your emotions by drinking your sorrows away. You're trying to avoid feeling. It's not going to help you. No judgment here. Don't get me wrong. I'm just trying to help, right? But do something creative. Follow your passions. What makes you happy? Maybe you're having a lot of friends who go out drinking a lot and you don't want to do it anymore. And they're like, what? You don't want to go drinking again? It's like, dude, man, I'm just done with this. This is not helping me. And your friends are like, oh, whatever, man, you're no fun. Who gives a shit? You don't need them. If they don't see that you're trying to change things around for yourself and they're not supporting you, go find some other friends who are going to support you. But don't bottle up your emotions. And for a few of you, don't drink your sorrows away. Get back to what you love doing. Some of you love music. You play music. Pisceans love music. A lot of them are very musically talented. If you play guitar, piano, the Stratocaster, I think it's called, whatever it is, the flute, saxophone. I'm getting all these band instruments now. Go back to that. That's going to help you release a lot of things as opposed to drugs. Oh my God, maybe that's that too, as opposed to alcohol, okay? Look what showed up at the bottom again, the 10 of Pentacles. Yep, I was talking about money bringing you power. Some of you may be having financial issues, and you're down and out about that, and you're not, you know, expressing your feelings about that. Maybe you need help. Maybe you need to ask for help with this. Some of you think that money brings power, and I talked about that. It does not. Love brings you power. God brings you power. You have that divine power within you. Money is not going to bring you that power. You are not defined by how much money you make, Pisces. That's for some of you. You're not. There's something bigger than this. And when you are in alignment with what you want this type of, this life with this abundance and this wealth, you got to be in alignment with it. You can't be drinking. You can't be not taking action and sitting on your butt all day and just, oh, my life isn't going to change. Your life won't change until you change. Your outside world doesn't change until your inside world changes. You have to be in alignment. This is a high frequency card. If you're drinking and you're low vibrational and you're afraid to do things and you're not honoring who you are authentically, your authentic self, it's low vibrational. You got to raise your vibration so that you can be in alignment with this, because God essentially wants you to bring the 10 of Pentacles, Pisces. It's your birthright. It's everybody's birthright. You just have to be in alignment with that. And you have to trust and have faith in the universe. This is there for you. There's enough money to go around for everyone. I don't care what anybody says. There's enough money to go around for everyone. Don't get caught in with the money. Don't let money bring you down. You have to change your life around and be in alignment and follow your passions. When you follow your passions, the money starts coming in. You're in alignment with this. Your vibration is high. The money starts coming in. Money is an energy. You also have to give back with money as well, as opposed to just trying to acquire it for yourself. Okay. What guidance do we have for Pisces? Oh. Page of Wands must have fallen over. There's a message there. What guidance do we have for Pisces, please? And thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. Spirit guides, angels, galactic family. Oh. Wow. I was talking about, I tell you, you can't make this up. Empowerment. You're more powerful than you realize. It's safe for you to be powerful. Oh my God, thank you, Spirit. Oh, you see? You see, Pisces? You're God within. Every single one of us has that type of power. Again, not the exact power that God has, because there's just one God. But because we are the divine, we have more power than we realize. It's exactly what I said. The power of Yamaya. You see? Oh my God. And look at this. I've never seen this before with this card. But this is an angel mermaid, okay? You are a unique being, Pisces. There's something about you that is incredibly special that God has called you to be. You are a very rare being on this planet. And you are being called to birth something quite amazing into this world. I've already touched up on this. There's a mermaid with like stingray fins and a mermaid tail and freaking angel wings. I mean, come on. This is who you are essentially are, really. I mean, metaphorically speaking. But as I said, it's safe for you to be powerful. You are more powerful than you realize. That power is within you, Pisces. It's gotta come out. It is in there waiting to emerge. Again, you are some rare mermaid here, all right? Look what's at the bottom of the deck, the treasure chest. An unforeseen windfall of new abundance comes to you now. What was I saying? When you step into your truth and your power, this comes in. And it's not just material wealth. It is incredible health, an incredible life that comes to you because you are in alignment with that. This is what God wants to surprise you with when you step into your power and you realize that you can change your life, and that there's empowerment within you, where when you do what you want to do and you're honoring your authentic self and you're taking on the world, not having fear, taking risks. I can take on anything that comes my way. You are essentially going to be an inspiration to others to do the same. The more people that we get to do that, the better the world is going to become. And when you step into that power, it's like my motto is step into your truth, star into your power. It's not just stepping, it's starring into it because you have that star power. Because the star is light. It's a star created by God. It's divine light. We are all stars in the heavens, every single one of us. And we have that power to shine our light. When we do that, we become an example to others, and we become inspiration for others to do the same. Again, the more people we get to do that, the better the world becomes, the higher the vibration of this planet raises. It's unforeseen. It's like a shock and awe. They're trying to surprise you with this, but you have to step into this energy first. And it comes from this. Embracing who you are. That power within you. And a lot of your ancestors, your lineages, they're trying to give you, it's like everyone's coming to you energetically with this power, because you, Pisces, are the one who's going to change things in your family lineage. That's why I was saying you're going to be the golden link. You are the golden link, and you're going to change your family legacy. You're going to build a new one, birthing a new one into this world. Wow, Pisces, holy shit, your readings are just, they give me chills, man. Because they're so powerful. Wow. Again, powerful reading, and I didn't even get to this point yet. All right, Pisces, we're going to see what's coming to you with regards to love. Pisces, I get this feeling that quite a few males are starting to watch. There's a lot of Pisceans who are males who are starting to watch my readings. That's freaking awesome, guys. I mean, hey, more power to you guys. This is wonderful. Keep doing it. Some of you may be thinking about divination, doing tarot readings, right? Because a lot of the tarot readers are women. If that's you, Pisces, you're a male, go for it. You're very highly intuitive. All right. What is coming to you towards love? Spirit guides and angels. What is coming to Pisces with regards to love? Wow. What a catch. An ideal partner or mate. Abundance, self-esteem, value. The answer is yes. Marriage material. Okay. Not only are you going to get abundance, again with the treasure chest and the 10 of cups at the bottom of the deck twice, Pisces, you're going to catch your ideal mate. The person that you are truly aligned with, the one that God has sent for you. Someone who's marriage material. And God is saying, yes, Pisces. If you're already dealing with somebody, Pisces, this is your person. You may not think it is, but it is. This is what's coming to you towards love when you really step into that and you really have higher self-esteem. Again, with the self-esteem, right? Honoring who you really are. Not conforming to society. And what a man is, what a woman is. When you are in alignment with your authentic self and you find that power to build a new family legacy and to be in alignment with what you truly want in life. And then that love comes in. And that person is going to be in alignment with you. You're no longer going to attract lower vibrational relationships or people. That's how this works. And look, she's holding a fish. You're showing up again in this card too. Unbelievable. The bottom of the deck is no, you hang up. Lengthy, exciting conversations, a lot to talk about. Into each other, meaningful, giddy, a lot in common. Yeah, see? You guys are going to be like so tight here, and you're going to have so many wonderful things to talk about. But it's not just bullshit. You're going to have some seriously deep conversations, a lot of them spiritual in nature. You're really going to be into each other, but it's not just a sexual attraction. It's going to be, you guys are going to find each other so incredibly interesting that, you know, you're going to continue to lift each other up when you guys really ascended. This is a very meaningful, very harmonious person who God wants to bring into your life, but you have to be in alignment. You have to honor, you have to do the work and find who you truly are and stand up for yourself and take on the world and show the world who you really are. There's going to be a lot of conversation here with someone. And these are going to be very, very meaningful conversations. No like bullshit and hi, how are you? Good. Okay, cool. And then you don't hear from them again type of thing. No, it's just going to be very different because you're going to have so much in common. And a lot of you, when I talk about the Disney movies and the music, some of you probably have a lot in common with Disney movies. Take it how it resonates. Or both of you are very musical. Okay? Both of you like have this strong affinity for music. Right? And when you find somebody who loves what you love dearly, oh, it really makes for a beautiful, beautiful companionship. Not relationship, it's companionship. Ask a question, meditate on it while I shuffle. Okay. Reconsider. They want me to read it. I don't always read it, but they want me to read it. There's an element of your plan that should be evaluated. Take some time to really go through your project or proposal thoroughly. Share your intentions with a trusted friend or advisor who can give you objective feedback. Ask your angels for guidance. This is not the moment to make the change in your life that you're considering. A better time will come, or you'll realize that you wish to choose a different kind of transformation for yourself. The bottom of the deck is there's something better. They want me to read that too. Okay, guys. I just saw it when I was flipping through the book. Heaven has something wonderful in mind for you. However, it's not the same thing you have planned. Ask yourself what you would rather have, the very thing you're asking for, or something that would make you much happier and more fulfilled. Sometimes the divine has joys in store for us that we could never imagine on our own. Open your mind and heart to the possibility that you deserve even more than what you're asking for. Trust your angels to guide you in new and exciting directions. You see the treasure chest, the empowerment, the 10 of Pentacles at the bottom, all this power here. You have the power to birth something completely different. And a lot of what we want is not what we need. God gives us what we truly, truly need. And we have to allow that to occur. Okay?
All right, Pisces, that concludes your reading. Thank you so very much for watching this video. I know it's a long one, but thank you if you've reached here. You're a trooper. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't subscribed already, and illuminate that thumbs up button. I would greatly appreciate it. I wish you the best today and always. I send you so, so much love, and I hope I illuminated your well-being today. Again, this is Jess from Capella Wellness, starring out.